You're watching Makeshift Garage.
This is Bobby T, and you're watching Makeshift Garage. Woo! You're watching Makeshift Garage. Welcome back to Makeshift Garage. Today we're hooking up with Chris. What's up, brother?
How are you, man?
Oh, good, good. It's good to see you. I've been promising you we're coming by. We're going to come by. We're going to see everything. And then I get busy and I go here and I go there. And finally I saw you in the store and I'm like, dude, we got to come by and see what you got going on. The first thing I want to ask you about, because we got Corvette fever, is tell us about this Corvette.
Yeah, just your basic 71 Vet. Don't want it stock, so smoke the windows blue.
Oh, I love it.
Gonna do it blue.
What's under the hood?
Yeah, 350.
350.
That is aluminum heads, 4-barrel.
You could probably pick up a set of aluminum heads for what? 1,500 bucks?
Yeah, probably, you know.
Yeah, and they make power. 350 is a great motor.
Yeah, you know, it's just gonna be a driver, you know.
And this is you. You do body work.
Yeah.
I remember seeing, you used to have a body shop somewhere over by the Jamesport.
I worked with my buddy Jim over there.
In a big barn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the big flag on it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you over there, and I'm like, damn. When I'm looking at feathering, that's feathering. When you prime that, you don't see the edges, bro. That's what I'm talking about. This is beautiful, man. I love this. I love this look right here. That almost looks sexy the way it is. You could clear coat that, and that looks kind of sexy, man. Devin wants to buy a Corvette.
What years do you want?
What year?
73.
73.
You want a rubber bumper in the front? No.
That was the cheapest one I found.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right, so what year does he really want?
71 or 2.
Boom, let's look him up.
No,
71 or 2.
No rubber bumper.
It's got a steel back bumper, I think, but it doesn't have it's got the rubber front.
73's got a steel back, rubber front.
Right.
Guys always take pictures of them from the back so you don't see the front.
So you don't see the front. But the
I do
bumper's
it all
off.
the time. I always laugh. I'm like, yeah, why don't you just show the front? It is what it is.
It is what it is. He found one for like $3,500. The guy won't budge. It doesn't have a motor. It doesn't have a drivetrain. I think it has a rear, you know, and has the steering, you know, it doesn't even have a column, I don't think, in it. Listen to the guys that buy shit like this. For $4,000, you'll get a driver.
Yeah.
For $4,000, and then do the body work like he did. Look at that, man. Get down, do some sweet sanding, get it ready, put it in primer, and pow, hit it with a nice paint job. Give us the nickel tour, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, it's 1980 Chevy reproduction Model A.
That's a reproduction?
Yeah, that's a reproduction.
See, now I wouldn't have known. I'd have been fooled.
Sold by Ford. I put a set of steel wheels on it, so give it a little hot rod look.
So Ford literally sells reproductions?
Ford sold them in like 79 to 81, I think.
Wow.
Had a Pinto motor with a 4-speed.
I remember the Pintos where they were throwing that in different things, the Pinto motors.
Well, they made a T-Bird and they made this. And I think they might have made a pickup truck.
So you lowered it basically by just changing the tires.
I lowered it, made it give it a little hot rod appeal.
Yo, to me it's sexy, it's cool.
You know, it's got 5,000 miles on it.
Wow.
It was in the garage forever.
Oh, and it's a standard. I like that.
Yeah. So it's a fun
This is a fun car. Do you drive it around? I know you drive everything.
Yeah, everything's on the road.
I see you definitely out there driving stuff.
Yeah, everything's on the road.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, what's this?
It's a 66 Sunbeam.
A Sunbeam.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I just always had a couple of them.
I don't remember the Sunbeams that much, but I remember my old man had a lot of stuff throughout the days because he had a body shop too, and he did some mechanic work, but mostly body shop and painting, and he had a whole backyard full of stuff. He taught me how to drive when I was about 9. He used to give me the keys to the tow truck. Get out in the back and hook that little MG and drag it up. So I went out there and learned how to use the tow truck about 9 years old. Devin, when he got about, I don't know, 11, 12, he was like, I want to do an old car. And I woke up in the morning and I opened Facebook buy and sell on the phone. And some dude had a 66 T-Bird and he was getting rid of it. He picked it up for $400 and he was junking it. And he said, before I junk it, I better put it on Facebook buy and sell. I just happened to open the phone and drink a cup of coffee and he just put it up. And I go, well, what do you want for it? He goes, 800. So I says, well, for an extra 100, you'll deliver it? He goes, yeah. I said, do it. So when he gets there, he tells me the story. The guy spent $4,500 on it. The motor was all done. The tranny was done. It had all disc brakes. I mean, he really spent money and time. Right. He did quarter panels. But he did all the work himself. Right. But he spent $4,500 in cash. he was moving to Florida. He had to go. And Devin got, that was his first car. He was out there sanding it and getting it ready. So, you know, then somebody gave him a Cadillac. So
Yeah, the white one, right?
The white Caddy, yeah. She
Still got that?
Yeah, man. It's got like 40,000 miles on it or something, man. It's
Nice.
original. The
Yeah,
inside's
that's a nice
mint.
car.
We got to paint it.
Yeah.
We have the gallon of white pearl number 11, Cadillac 11. Can you shoot here?
Yeah, I did.
You could. So what's this now?
27 Model T.
27 Model T. Now, this is like total custom. I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah, chopped.
Chopped. Oh, I love it.
Jade.
Now, what possessed you to do the top like this?
That's how they were stocked.
Really?
Yeah, it's stock material on it.
That's beautiful. Now, why do you got the big stick shift instead of the small one? Is that just nostalgia?
Yeah, it's cool looking.
It's cool. I know, I like it. That's beast. Ah, and what's that, 350?
That's a 307, actually.
Oh, wow. Stainless exhaust, stainless.
Oxton Z in a Model A frame.
This is nice. I've seen you, I think I've seen you this on the road.
I've been driving this for
Yeah, I've seen you driving this.
10 years.
What is this beast?
41 Ford.
41 Ford. See, there's a lot of Ford guys out there. Don't everybody pick on me, or you Chevy guys. We
That's
got
right.
Fords out here, bro. This is cool, man.
It's got a Chevy in it. It's got a Chevy subframe, power steering, power
It does.
disc. Yeah.
See that? Yeah. Best of both worlds. He likes the Yankees and the Mets.
Yeah.
Well,
I need to be his age.
that's what we do. I know. That's what we do, man. We wake up in the morning, we show up, and we do the best we can. We motivate people. They always tell me on the man, you got so much energy, man.
But you always had energy.
I've always had energy. It's in the blood.
Right.
And I'm 62. I told my wife I'm probably good to about 70 in the painting business.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be 70.
Yeah,
you know?
70. I think you really start to take it down a notch, but you know.
I'm getting old and tired.
Well, we'll have to come over and have a hand sand prime paint fucking party, man. We'll run the fucking camera, man. We'll get a couple of things ready and we'll paint. We'll spend the night painting. The next day you'll have everything done. A Comet Caliente.
Yeah, bucket seat car.
He speaks Spanish, broskies. Caliente, bro. It's a Comet hottie. Woo!
Straight axle, 390.
Oh, she almost gas her, huh?
Yeah.
I like it. This thing is ready for paint, bro.
Yeah, it's ready. It's just ready for urethane primer and paint. Just got to block the other side.
Yeah.
It's in slick sand. Right
That's the
now.
hard part. You got see, you do nice work. You want to block it out. When you're done, you want this thing to be like a mirror.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not so much of a perfectionist, but I get it, and I think it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
That 64 that I'm telling you about, the Falcon.
Close to this.
Yeah, I was going to say,
close.
it's got all these things
Yeah.
going on, but there was trim in here, and I'm getting rid of that. I don't want the trim. I'm seeing something else over here. What year is this one? This was?
41.
That's a 41. What is that?
40 O's.
That's a 40 O's. Hey, he goes all over the place. Now he's got Oldsmobiles.
I'm all over the place.
He's all over. I like that, though.
Yeah, I'm all
I
over.
like the Giants and the Jets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to stick with one. Fucking nice primer, huh?
Slick sand.
That's called slick sand.
Yeah, sprayable Bondo.
Oh, that's the sprayable Bondo.
Yeah.
Oh, I did do a call with that once. Yeah, it came out nice.
Yeah, it comes out beautiful.
I didn't block it,
Slick
but
sand,
you know what a
you
sponge
gotta-
sand is?
You got to block it.
I know. I use the
You gotta
sponge.
spend a lot of time blocking.
I know. Tell me about this car. This looks like a.
It's an early gasser.
What's in this?
O's, 350 O's.
350 O's.
57 O's rear, chrome.
No.
Chrome springs, chrome front end.
Wow. So, I mean, when you're done with this, man, I mean, this is something you could just jump on and go down to Jersey Shores.
Yeah, we put power steering in the power brakes.
Nice.
Fucking with a straight axle, you know.
I like this old stuff too, man.
My buddy bought this car in 1966.
Okay.
And he had it until he was close to dying, and then he couldn't get it together, so.
I got a car like that
I
too.
wound up with it, you know.
Yeah.
And blew the nose off it, wasted the chassis.
Oh, no.
Changed the chassis, got a different nose, and never got it together.
Never got it. What, did he get cancer or something?
Yeah, I forget what he had. He had crippling arthritis.
And it got him.
Yeah, got it.
Holy crap.
Well, he was 68.
Yeah, but that's young when
Yeah,
you're
it's young,
70,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's
I hear
fucking
you.
young, man. I'm 62, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you know.
Yeah.
My old man died at like 74, you know, but my Meemaw just died at 94. I'm saying, now that's a good run.
Yeah, that's a nice number. You
Yeah,
know?
sure. That's a
Yeah.
real good number. And she was up making tea and coffee right to the end, doing dishes, doing laundry. She only kicked back to actually pass away for a few months. That was it.
Right.
And then boom, she went. Her sister's 100. Just had 100th birthday.
No shit.
Well, 101, I think. 101.
Nice.
Just in August, just had a birthday. So, and she was the oldest. She outlived 12 kids. The oldest lived the longest out of all of them. What's hiding?
53 Chrysler station wagon.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
This thing looks like it's got original paint on it.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Interior's hash, but frame's toast too.
The frame is toast?
Yeah.
But the body looks
The
good.
body's real good.
Holy mackerel.
The trim's nice.
Oh, this would be a fun-ass car, man. Now,
Yeah.
of course...
This thing needs to be put on a late model chassis.
It does. And it needs to go down the track really fast.
It needs your son.
It does. It does. This needs a young guy.
Yeah, it needs a young guy.
This needs a young guy, and it needs a 1,100 horsepower engine in it, so that you could take all your friends, Devin, and get out there and just bam, barrel upstate and go snowboarding, man. This thing is awesome. So what in the world do we got over here? What is this?
What, the car?
Yeah.
It's another Sunbeam.
It is.
Yeah. It's a 67.
What year is that one?
66.
That's a 66. This is a 67 Sunbeam. Yeah. You got like a Sunbeam thing.
I've had Sunbeams my whole life.
You have?
Yeah, we've had 20 of them at one time.
I can't say I've ever had one. I'm thinking my father had one at one time. And what does that say, Alpine?
Yeah, it's an Alpine.
Cool.
They made them with 289s. They were called Tigers.
Yep.
Well, they were 260s, and then later on was a 289.
All right, now only a good eye will see the diamond in the rough, though. What in the world do you got here? And is that the motor?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, what is this?
1935 Harley Davidson.
Oh my, this thing deserves to go together. You think you're gonna get to it?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's beautiful. That is fun, right there, baby. That's fun. Look at that Springer. You could recondition that, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd recondition. If it worked, I think I'd leave it.
Yeah, it's fine.
What do you got to do? Rebuild the motor?
Yeah.
See, I love doing that. Do you rebuild them yourself?
No.
Oh, we should do that. We should come over here and do a video and rebuild that damn thing. I ain't going to tell you I've done them, but I'll tell you what. I'll buy a fucking book. I'll read that bitch. I'll watch a video, and we'll come over here and rebuild that fucking thing in a weekend. That's how I did my first motor. I just watched one video, and then I read a book. Now, don't get me wrong. My father, when I was a kid, he used to say, take that shit off that motor and put it in that bucket. All right, now take the rest of it off and put it in that bucket. And everything would go in buckets. And then he'd go, all right, now we're going to put it back together. We're going to put a new this, a new that, you know. And I'd build motors when I was a kid. But you don't remember.
Right.
You know, you forget a lot, man.
Oh,
Years went by. By the time I was 12, I never worked with him again, and then he ended up dying. So I never, but only from like 6 to like 11, I guess.
Yeah.
I was in the garage every day, every night, anytime I could. If I could play sick and then tell him I felt better by like tell my mother and then sneak out, I'd get down to his shop. Right. You know, I feel sick this morning, but I feel great. Yeah, look at this. Now, tell me about this bike.
1942 Harley WLA.
42. Wow. Now, what do they call this?
Flathead.
That's considered a flathead?
Yeah, it's a 45 cubic inch flathead. 750 cc's.
Beautiful. That's got to be fun to drive, too.
3-speed. Yeah, tank shift, foot clutch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like the seats got the shock in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful. And what's back here? What do we got back here?
That's 1962 Sears Allstate.
A Sears Allstate. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, come on. That's beautiful. And it's a one-lunger.
No, it's a two-lunger.
Oh, it is? Where's the other lung?
It's on the other side.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Holy.
They call them 250 Twingles. The pistons go up and down at the same time.
No kidding.
They're two-cycle.
Does it chug?
Yeah, it's not too bad, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this actually runs.
Well, it'll run. It's been sitting forever.
Right.
But it's funky.
Yeah, man. That is funky.
Yeah.
And what's on the other side?
That's a Velocette with a Beezer motor grafted into it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. That's a one-lunger.
One-lunger.
441 cc.
With the key right at the top of the gas tank.
Yeah.
Oh, that's killer. I love it.
That's not really original, but the bike's not original either.
Right, so who cares, right?
Yeah, it's a throw together.
Yeah. Lark. We saw one or two of these things down south in North Carolina. Some guy had a boneyard. And we saw a few of these. I ended up with a Studebaker too. What year is this?
61.
I think I had like a 49, like it was old. How old do they go back?
Well, they go back old, but Larks, I think.
No, it wasn't a Lark. I didn't have a Lark. I had the big rounded.
Yeah.
It was like.
Yeah, they were early.
It was like almost looked.
Yeah.
Not as nice, but
they were early.
The steering wheel was intense. And I think it had some guy with a helmet on. It was really intense. The dashboard was beautiful. The motor was frozen. Back in those days, I just didn't have the energy I have now. Believe it or not, you said I always had energy. I did, but maybe I didn't have the faith.
Right.
The boogeyman got taken out of a lot of things in life for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The boogeyman used to be big in my life. Oh my God, the motor's frozen. I could never do anything. Now I would have took that thing out, soaked it in Coca-Cola, hit it with tranny fluid,
diesel fuel,
smacked it with a 2x4. I would have loosened it up and I would have put it back together. I would have put it in the car and I would have got it running. Listen, man, this has been fun. This is awesome. So what are you going to take out? The next time you go out on the road, what are you going to drive?
I don't know. Probably the T.
Yeah?
The rest of the shit I got to finish, you know. Well, that's running too.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to have a block party. And get something painted, man. We'll have to jumpstart you, man. Get you back in there. What was the last thing you painted?
A 40 Chevy Coupe for a buddy of mine.
How long ago?
During COVID.
Oh, COVID. COVID was a good starter, man.
It was good, man. I got a lot done at COVID.
I did. My wife threw me out of the house. I ended up with COVID. I went out in the shed and built a 460 big block Ford. And that's the one that's in the Jackass. And I called it the COVID 460.
Yeah.
Let's stay in touch and let's do something. I'd like to do a paint video with you, man. It'd be fun.
Right, cool. Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Cool.
We're probably going to get the Jackass ready for paint too, so let's do it. Oh, actually, thanks for coming by. I know when we were ending things at your place yesterday, you were like, well, where's your shop at, man?
Right.
I'm like, well, come on by. Let's go. We got fun going on. We've been here about a year.
Nice.
And, we just kind of took all this stuff from my backyard after my wife threw us out, and we brought it in here. We lined up all our toolboxes. We got all our tools, all our motors. We stuffed them in the corner now. We made some room. This is a 1967 RS Camaro. We got all the chrome, all the parts. We got quarters, fenders, got quarters over there hanging on a wall. Everything ready to go in. The only thing I don't have is like shock towers, which he does. I think I'm just gonna make the metal, cut out what's bad, put in what's new. We're gonna do the body work on it and just paint it up. And I think at first, we're probably gonna try to rip everything out of the inside, clean that up, make sure that metal's good, and get a motor in it. Get this thing running, pop the fenders on, just start having fun with it. And then we'll cut the quarters out later. We might even take it to the track once before we cut the quarters out, just to go have fun, We're gonna drag race this. Then we're gonna come over here and finish this. Actually, look, I rebuilt this when Devin was in school. I had nothing to do. I was just hanging out in the shop. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna smack this together. This is just a straight up 352. I took the tranny down to TJ's Transmissions. You remember him, Jay?
Yeah.
He's done now. He retired. He gave me his cell phone. He said, if you ever need me, I said, you're going to be sorry you gave me that number,
That's
man.
Right. I'm going to bother you,
so
man.
I've called him like 20 times already, but he don't care, man. We text and we talk, and, when he gets tired of texting, he just calls me. Come on, Bob, I can't text that much, man. What do you really want to do? I'm like, I want to do that. He's like, all right, this is what you do. Pull the modulator out, turn it in 3 times, put it back in and send it. I'm like, good. But the plan with this motor, just so you know, it's not the home that this is going to have. This motor, we're just going to smoke the tires off until we blow this motor up. That's all we want to do. We just want to take it to the track, smoke the tires, hold it to the floor, and go down the track as many times as we can, and hopefully, poof, blow it up. Because that's all we want to do with this. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. It's heavy. It's got a little weight to it. I don't know the exact weight, but it's got weight to it. It's a big car, though. So really a good motor with a good training. But for now, we want to roll it around. We want to get this in. We want to be able to fire it up, get it out, move things around. And kind of what we want to do with that, too. Once we get this thing built and rolling, which, of course, that's why we went to Pennsylvania to pick up the heads, the L88 heads.
The big block car.
This is going to be the big block car. This thing is going to smoke the tires. I want to put a roll cage in it, frame connectors, C-clip eliminators. I want to make this car fast but safe, I'm putting him behind the wheel.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll let him test it out. Devin could fly this thing down the track. But it'll be fun. It'll be a fun car. We'll take turns taking it down. We'll have fun with it. Devin, he got this car. It was a complete car. And the first thing he did was he ripped a 302, I think. 302. It's a 289 car. It had a 302 in it that was tired. So we ripped that out too. And he put this beast in here. I don't know if we got the gas hooked up to this. This thing is ripped. We went over there. He had this in his backyard in a shed that was rebuilt by a shop supposedly 20 years ago. And then it sat. Mice got in somehow. I guess this wasn't on for a while, and they got in the hole, and they got down into the manifold, and they pissed on everything. You know what they do.
Yeah.
So the push rods were no good, the lifters were no good, and it got down onto the camshaft, and the camshaft was no good. It didn't go further than that. So we ripped the thing apart. When we opened it up, there was a freaking nest like this. So we call it the rat block because it was huge. Bought a really good cam. We put a good cam back in it, new lifters, new push rods, and we, lubed everything back up and turned it over a bunch of times and let it sit for a little while. And then finally we threw it in here. And when we fired it up, man, it just sounds so good. If I put the gas to it and fired it up, man, you'd be like, wow, that thing really has. Oh, we do got a gas can. I'm going to take it to the track this weekend, leave it in drive, and I'm just going to floor it and see what kind of time I can get. It'll do first, second, third. Right. And it sounds good. I'll fire it up. It's ice cold, but let's see what happens. It should fire right up. Oh, you know what I did? I got a safety in here now. I got a 50 amp fuse right here. I ran all my wires out of here with fuses so I don't burn the car down. And I got a 50 amp here that feeds that. Once it's warm, a little choppy, Once it warms up, though, it runs good. No more lifting noise, But I'm going to take it down the track and let it have fun. We got the makeshift garage dog bowl full. We're ready to go, man. Any lifters problems? Do we need lifters? There we go. What's that? Pass the basket. If you don't have one, take one out.
Yeah.
See these? We got 4 air conditioner units that you hang on a wall, heat and air,
Right.
and a unit outside. And I had a guy come over, and I'm like, how much would you charge me to hook these things up? And he's like, look, they're not for a place without insulation. You'll never get the heat or the air that you want ever. And it will take forever, and it'll cost a fortune. He said, you're better off just getting a big gas unit you hang in the corner. Instant, yeah, that's what he said. Instant heat, and it won't cost much to run it, man. Just kick on when you need it and kick off. Thanks for coming by.
You got it, man.
Man, oh, you got to give us your address because Devin's going to send you an extra large shirt and an extra large hoodie.
Good.
Winter's coming.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Winter's coming. Gets cold in New York, broskies. So listen, thanks for coming by and visiting. We'll catch you guys later.